Well, welcome to premiere week of Late Night Love.
Woo, late night love, baby.
I'm your host, Amiche, and over the next 2 hours, we're going to be taking your calls over Zoom. You see that QR code in the right-hand corner of the screen. You can click on that, and you can zoom into the show. My co-host tonight, the wonderful, beautiful Dr. Tammi Mac, host.
Hello there. Hello, everybody.
The Tammi Mac Show on KBLA Radio Free here in Los Angeles. My longtime friend and colleague, how are you doing today?
Blessed and highly favored, as the saints would say, honey.
I had to end the show on a highlight, or I had to end the week on a highlight by bringing you in today.
The week has been amazing, though. You've had a great week, and Dr. Johnson was great. And I mean, pulling out, okay. I mean,
Pause.
Pulling out the situation from the 1800s or whatever that was.
Well, that was a massager from the early 1920s.
Was it a massager or was it a pleaser?
Well, she said these were things for household products back in the day that doctors used to prescribe to women who were home for hysteria. Which I don't know why. I guess they were hysterical because they were home alone all during the day and there was nothing to do.
Or maybe the doctor just made a few house calls.
Maybe. I don't know. But,
with the massagers. Okay, massagers.
Yeah. So
who knew they was getting it in like that back in the 1800s?
Well, I don't know. Now, listen, if you were home all day long, like in the early 1920s, and you had nothing to do, I guess listen to the radio all day long because that's... You know.
Look, if I'm at home all day long today in the 2024s, I might need one of them little ditties.
You know? So we got a great show.
Time don't change.
Yeah, time don't change. You got what do you got going on other than the massive radio show, your doctorate that you got going on? What else you got going on?
I'm teaching a college course at my alma mater, Bennett College, and I'll be the commencement speaker at Bennett College, so I'm excited about that. And I also have a new podcast called Happy with Tammi Mac, so you can go to Happy with Tammi Mac on YouTube for that.
Well, if you want to be a part of the show, you can join our Zoom. The code is there right on the screen. Just click on that, and you can send us messages in real time over on our YouTube channel, as you can always be a part of the conversation. We love to have you. And listen, this show is about love. It's about relationships. It's about sex. And we're going to be talking about that from 7 to 9 here on the West Coast, and we want you to join the show. Look, so let's get this show rolling. The show is filled with social media clips, and let's get to the first one that we got as we get to a clip from T-Licious.
Oh, T-Licious. Okay.
This T-Licious has some advice on where to meet Mr. Right. Now, if you were going to look for Mr. Right or Mr. Right now, where would you think to look for this person?
Grocery store.
Why do you say that?
You can tell by the items that a man puts in the bag, whether he's in the basket, whether he's healthy, right? Based off of the groceries that he's buying, whether he's price conscious, whether he cares less about how much something costs, whether he's a drinker, whether he's a vegan. Like, you could tell so much about a man based on what he puts in the basket.
Okay, I got cat litter, bacon, a lint roller, and some tequila. What does that say about me?
Okay, you have a cat. Clearly, you have a cat. Let's see. And the cat sheds because you have a lint roller. So I don't want no parts of that. Okay. I'm probably not going to date you because your cat's shedding all over the place.
All right.
And what did you said? Tequila. So you drink, obviously.
Okay.
And then you said bacon. You eat pork. So I know you're not Muslim.
Okay. All right. So nothing about me says anybody wants to date, or you're not going to date me.
Well, I'm not a fan of, the cat that sheds.
Okay.
Like, if you got a cat and it doesn't shed, and you can maintain your cat and your house don't smell like cat, we all good.
Okay. All right. Let's see
depending on what kind of cat we talking about.
Let's see what T-Licious has to say.
I am on my way to a black engagement party. 2 weeks ago, I was at a black wedding, and in 3 weeks, I'm going on a bachelorette trip with the black bride. And I just feel like I'm in all the right places to meet my future husband. Like, it's inevitable at this point. Nothing else makes sense. And I am super single, and I keep getting +1s to these events, and I'm not bringing a +1. Like, my +1 is at the wedding. My +1 is at the engagement party. If you are not in a committed relationship and you get a +1, don't bring one. The candidates are at the function. Like, the other people there are friends with black people who believe in marriage. Your candidates are already there. Go by yourself, have a good time, mingle. I'm on my way right. My future husband might be literally at this engagement party. He might literally be there waiting for me.
Okay.
T-licious hit the T spot, baby.
So
T-licious hit the spot.
if you're looking to get married, go to someone's wedding and just pop in because they're already waiting on you there.
Well, I think more than the wedding here, at play is +1. So any event that provides you with a plus one, right? And you don't have a partner, you're a single woman or a single man. Why? It's that old saying. Why take sand to the beach? So if you're going up somewhere and see with weddings, women are real particular because when you go to weddings, people are always like, "Oh, are you alone?" Like it makes a woman feel a certain kind of way when they're alone in places where people are coupled up.
Okay.
You want to have somebody so people will leave you alone and not try to fix you up or not look sadly at you. But what T-licious is saying is on point. You know what I'm saying? Because you do want to go. If you ain't got no man, why you taking a man?
But going to a wedding is a couple thing, though, isn't it? Not?
No, it's not a couple. A lot of people who have weddings, they don't even give you +1s. If you're single, they just give you, and you can't get a +1. Weddings are not a couple thing.
So you go there, you're single. Is there a single section, or they
usually they put all the single people at one table? Yeah,
on purpose.
On purpose.
What's the opening line? Hey, how you doing? I'm here. I'm single.
I don't know what your opening line is.
Well, help me figure this out. Help the single people out there figure this out.
No, I mean you do what you do. You just be yourself. I don't think there's anything you do when you're single, right? You just be yourself. That's how you win at life completely.
Okay. All right. So go to a +1 situation. Or
don't take a +1. Don't take a +1 anywhere. When you go to the club, do you take a +1? No, you take your girls or you take your boys so that you can meet people there. When you go to the beach parties, do you take a +1? No, you take your boys, you take your girls. So when there's an event, a function that requires a +1, but you don't have one, don't take one and miss your opportunity. Now, she says she's been to a lot of weddings, but she ain't found her +1 yet.
Don't take sand to the beach.
Sis, maybe you ought to not go to these weddings or find different people with some single friends.
She had a lot of stuff planned though. Like I'm going to a black wedding. I'm going to. Yeah. She had 3 things
she
planned.
She said a bachelorette party, but yeah.
I love how like these young millennials and zillennials are like thinking outside the box and not traditional. Because I would have never thought
that's
going
common sense.
to.
That ain't thinking outside the box.
I don't think that's
it's common sense. If you single, don't drag no man with you that's not committed to you, and you looking for one to commit.
Oh,
T-licious is on point, baby.
T-licious.
Love you, T-licious.
Okay. Listen, we want to hear what you have to say about this. You can join the conversation via Zoom or at the code at the bottom of the screen. We have a caller. Gary, what do you have to say about this whole situation? Do you not bring a +1 to a wedding?
No, I don't think you should.
Is that to save money, or is that because you want to get lucky and you want to get your own wedding going on?
I want to get lucky.
You want to get lucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she said, don't bring sand to the beach.
Now, Gary, what do? You go to a wedding. You're invited to a wedding. You go there. What do you do when you get to the wedding?
Stare at people.
Okay. You see a nice tall drink of water there. How you approach?
How you doing? I like water.
I like water.
I like water. Okay. Oh, that's nice, Gary. Hi.
So, Gary, do you have a loved one? Do you have a +1?
Yes, I do.
How did you guys meet?
I walking in the park.
Walking in the park.
Walking in the park.
No, I walked into her apartment and yeah.
Wait, you walked in her apartment?
Yeah, and she liked what she saw.
Wait.
I thought he said he was walking to the park.
Yeah. You walked in her apartment?
Her apartment.
By accident?
The door was open. The door was open.
Help me understand it. You just walked into her apartment by accident. Her door was open.
No, I had a friend tell me to go over there with him, and that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and he said she liked what she saw.
Yeah. Okay. How long you guys been together?
4 decades.
Oh, wow.
40 years.
Wow, 40 years.
Yeah, 4 decades.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty bold of you, man.
It worked out.
Maybe I need to be more bold.
You can't do that these days.
No, because I mean, like
wrong
you just
climate.
it is really the wrong climate. But I mean, I guess you just got to go out there and take a chance and see what happens, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. One more thing I gotta add. My wife says that I'm not romantic. What do I need to do? Would you give me some?
I don't, Gary.
Ideas?
Gary, you were very bold in the beginning of the relationship. What happened to your romanticism?
It doesn't sound like he was ever romantic, though. He just walked in the apartment. He didn't walk in with flowers or anything. But I do suggest that if your wife is saying that you are not romantic, you need to find out the things that she likes and enjoys and kind of snoop around a little bit to see what she fancies and make after 40 years. I mean, you can't just drop the romance. You got to keep this thing alive before you die.
Oh, die.
I'm just saying, 40 decades. I can't imagine.
Well, have you thought about planning a date once a week?
I hadn't thought about it. I just follow her to places.
You just what?
Follow her to places. So whenever she goes somewhere,
Gary,
he just gets in the car
Gary,
and goes.
why don't you book a couple's massage and take her out to dinner?
Oh, yeah. She loves massages. Book her a massage. That's what I'm saying. Find out the things that she loves to do and surprise her with them. I think a lot of women feel like surprises are romantic. Set her up a nice dinner in the house and with a chef that comes in and cooks for you all and cooks her favorite meals. Like, you really got to dig in. She's been a good woman, right? Like, you wanted to.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
so then you want to be good to her. And if romance is missing, you got to give it. You got to give it.
Ooh. Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you still give it?
Yes.
Oh, he don't sound too confident about it.
I mean, maybe you need to go to your doctors and see about some Viagra. I mean, if you need.
Well, she didn't say he needed that.
Well, he said he wasn't sounding too confident.
She didn't say that. She said.
I just want to make sure he's prepared on all fronts.
Oh, okay, got it.
Gary, can you okay?
A pharmacist?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
Gary, go see your primary care physician and make sure you book that couple's massage and make sure you get that taken care of.
And get that chef.
The chef, I like the chef idea.
Yeah, you like that?
One more thing. Also, you also said you wanted a chauffeur for the day.
Yeah, well, you have to find out what your woman wants. Every woman wants something different. If my man were being romantic for me, a chauffeur would be totally romantic for me.
To take you back and forth to work or wherever you need to go for the day.
I'm always working.
Yeah.
So I don't like driving in L.A.
Okay. You got that, Gary? We gave you some advice.
I do appreciate that.
All right, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, Gary. I hope he can make it happen. I mean, 4 decades.
40 years.
40 years, and that's and that's the thing that a lot of couples have to deal with over the course of time. Sometimes you get complacent in your relationship, and you just kind of go through the motions. You got to keep your relationship alive, and you got to water it. Make sure it grows and doesn't die.
Yeah.
Otherwise
the grass ain't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, we got more of Late Night Love, including our special guest, Zoe Williams, talking about AI deepfakes and its effect on intimacy. That is all coming up next.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick during the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love, our show. You can join it by Zoom, scanning the QR code below. Our next clip from the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams here in Los Angeles. There's a great radio station called KBLA Talk 1580, a popular broadcast here in Los Angeles with my man Zoe Williams. So let's check out this clip.
This is why love is an illusion for many of you. And not only is it an illusion, it's an attack. It's not what you're used to. Where there's codependency, there's fear. Where there's fear, there's attachment. We have mislabeled attachment as love. Attachment is not love, right? This is why one of the biggest, if you leave me, what would I do? Right? Do you see how relationships are actually inverted? Love is unconditional freedom. If you have love, you need nothing from your partner. If your partner is defined by what they do for you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be a user, a manipulator, and you're going to be getting your orders from your unhealed wounds.
Oof. Zoe, the Voice of Reason, joining us live here in Los Angeles. Hi, Zoe. Oh, Zoe, I think we, can you hear us?
Yes.
There we go. Hi,
Yes.
Zoe.
Now we hear you.
Yes.
Love is an attachment?
Yes. Well, love is not an attachment, but I think most people are unaware of attachment theory and their particular attachment style. In the 50s, it was a guy by the name of John Bowlby who came up with attachment theory. And what it explains is you get an attachment style from your primary caregiver, i.e. your mother. And there's 4 attachment styles based on how she cared for you, how she showed up, was she emotionally attuned to every need that you had as a child. Now, what's interesting is this research tells us that the attachment style we get from our primary caregiver, we take into our adult relationships. So many people are simply unaware of their attachment style. There's 3 insecure attachment styles and 1 secure attachment style. So many people are labeling love or mislabeling love, this connection they may have with somebody, but it's actually their attachment style. And each insecure attachment style has a particular attachment wound.
So what are the 3 attachment styles?
There's 4. 1 is secure attachment. This meant your primary caregiver was available for you for every emotional need you may have had as a child. And some clinicians will tell you that this attachment style can start as early as in vitro. So if the mother had a tumultuous pregnancy, if it was chaotic, if she was stressed, she had high cortisol levels, you could have an insecure attachment style. And the 3 insecure attachment styles are AP, anxious, preoccupied. That's the performer. Look at me, mom. Pay attention to me, mom. Because that parent was inconsistent in their caregiving for the child. Then there's dismissive avoidant, where that child, the parent didn't approve of or accept the full range of their emotional expression. So they leaned towards their own devices, self-soothing. They went inside, and independence is really big for them. The avoidance style are the people that pull away when intimacy is in play.
Oof.
So if somebody wants to be intimate, they feel that is claustrophobic. They feel like you're smothering them. And then you have the 3rd insecure attachment style, which is fearful avoidant, or what they call disorganized. That is a combination of the previous 2, anxious, preoccupied, and dismissive avoidant. And these people wax hot and cold. If they're leaning towards their anxious side, they'll chase. They'll try to fix the relationship. They'll try to lean in. If they're leaning toward their...
Is there any happy medium? I mean, is there any type of style that's healthy?
Yeah, are there positive? Are there positive attachment styles?
Because it sounds like it's all trouble.
Secure is the only positive, quote unquote, attachment style, and all the attachment styles can convert the others. So if a securely attached person got with a dismissive avoidant, they could be pulled dismissive by the avoidance of that partner, or they could pull their dismissive avoidant partner to secure attachment. So they're not static. They can be healed. You can grow into secure attachment. Again, 4 attachment styles.
And secure is just comfortable?
Secure is what they would, I hate using this term, but secure would be the normal attachment style, the healthy attachment style. But
it would seem to me that the secured style wouldn't be as normal as you would think, considering the probabilities. We're 3 to 1 here, right? Like, how many people are going to end up with secured when you got the preoccupied, the dismissive, the avoidance, the fear? Like, there are more negative ones to have than positive.
Sure. But if we look at the data, what people will say, the clinicians are saying, it's about 50-50, right? It's about 50-50. So you get 50% people that are secure, that had solid parenting, and let me give you an example of secure parenting, right? Secure parenting would be this, right? Where a parent is emotionally attuned. The kid hurts their knee, scrapes their knee. The parent comes and says, "It'll be okay. Let me clean it off for you. It's just going to hurt for a minute. You're okay. Trust me, you'll be fine. This is going to stop hurting. I got you. You get to cry. You get to feel your feels, but this is not that big. You'll be okay. I got you." Now, a parent that is not emotionally attuned will be like, "Suck it up. Let's go. That ain't nothing. You tripping. You making it bigger than what it is.
Walk it off."
So now the child feels like, you're not acknowledging me in this moment. And what happens is they go inside.
Well, now, Zoe, we got to be honest, as Black folk, that's the main parental style.
Yeah, it is.
If you are over, I would say I probably even today, but I don't give that to today's parents. But if you are anywhere over 42, 45, that's the parenting style that we grew up with.
So look at our relationships. If we look at the divorce rate, it's 75% in the Black community. It's 50% overall. If you throw in the 10 to 12% of legal separations, it's over 50%. But if you look at Black relationships in particular, we're at 75% divorce rate.
Well, that's why today's generation is choosing not to get married. That's why today's generation is choosing to parent differently, because those ways apparently have shaken the core of a whole entire 2-3 generations.
Sure. And if you take Generation Z and the millennials, what's starting to happen with them, they're losing empathy. And that's a big piece. They're losing empathy. The technology has risen, but their psychological acumen has lowered. And that's because of the parenting that raised them. They came from a group of people that said, "Here, take this iPad. Here, take this iPhone." And they connect through the digital means. And this is why the relationships are a little bit more disconnected going into those generations than they were without.
Because of social media, because of the texting. I don't know anyone in their 20s that actually have phone conversations with one another.
You know, speaking about technology, what is your take on AI and deep fakes? I think technology has kind of ruined relationships and interpersonal skills, but you talk about AI and deep fakes and it's ruining intimacy. What's your take on that?
Well, here's the first thing. According to MIT, most of the Gen Zs and the millennials would prefer going to ChatGPT for therapy because ChatGPT has zero amygdala activation. And what amygdala activation is simple. There's a portion of your brain that is controlling all of the emotions.
But
So
that's not real,
understand
though.
this. There's high level or high stakes relationships and low stakes relationships. Going to see a therapist back in the day would be a low stake relationship, meaning I can be open and share anything because I'm not invested with you or into you. I can share anything and I feel like, okay, I'm cool. Not this generation. This generation doesn't like intimacy. They don't like closeness. They like the end result. If I'm with you for sex, I want the sex. If I'm with you for money, I want the money. If I'm with you for fun, I just want the
Well,
fun.
that sounds
I
like the
don't
immediate
want
gratification. That's because that's because
exactly,
that's the cell phone.
exactly,
That's the cell phone.
exactly. But well, it's a combination of things. It's the cell phone and it's the lack of parenting skills, the engagement with the child in difficult moments. Many people have a very difficult time dealing with conflictual moments. We have a misconception of conflict in relationship. We think all conflict is negative, when in fact, conflict is the conduit to relational strength. But we haven't been taught communication skills. We don't know the communication styles. Did you come from a combative family with regards to communication, a competitive family with regards to communication, an avoidant family? You know, the family that sweeps things under the rug, right? Did
That's
you
the
come
black
from,
family.
but do you see what I'm saying? So all of this stuff impacts the child in early childhood.
Well, let me ask you.
And they take
I
this
say it's
into
the
their
black
adult
family, but a lot of
relationships.
families sweep
Everything
stuff
under
under
the
the rug. Yeah.
Have you seen any research that says where do we go from here? Because this sounds like a total destruction of society
Absolutely.
if we don't fix this type of situation. Because
Absolutely.
you can't run everything. I mean, maybe you can run everything off of a cell phone, but it sounds like there's going to be somebody's going to end up manipulating you.
But Zoe, isn't this where we're going in the world? I mean, Bill Gates just said that in the next 10 to 20 years, there will be no doctors, no teachers. All of that will be AI.
Hold
Sure.
that thought. Hold that thought, and answer that when we come forward. We're going to get more of this conversation because this is just very interesting, and I really worry about our future. More Late Night Love with the voice of reason, Mr. Zoe Williams from KBLA Talk 1580 here in Los Angeles when Late Night Love comes forward.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And neighborhoods come up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. My name is Amiche with the wonderful Tammi Mac. You can always join the show by zooming in. Just hit the QR code right there on the corner of the show. The voice of reason from the wonderful KBLA Talk 1580 here in Los Angeles. Zoe Williams with us, who is telling us that we're doomed because of AI and the young generation here in this world who just basically wants instant gratification because they were not parented right.
And I was asking Zoe, this seems on par and on task with what Bill Gates has said recently. He said within the next 10 years, teachers, doctors will all become AI, and only three occupations? Only 3 occupations will make it through, and one of those 3 are coders, which don't require human connection at all. So how does that play into where we are with relationships today?
So a couple of things. We're in the throes of what is known as Industry 4.0.
Yeah.
And whenever there's an industrial revolution, jobs are lost, jobs are recontextualized. And now, not quantum mechanics, but
quantum computing. Yeah.
Right? AI, computing is taking a lot of jobs away. Now, what's interesting about this, how it affects our relationships is very deep, very deep. AI has also said in the next few years, we're going to have robots, right, as sex partners that are going to give us a 50% loss.
Not the good part.
We lost them on the good part.
No.
A 50% what, Zoe?
I'm sorry, Zoe, you cut off.
A 50% increase in dopamine.
Okay.
Over human part.
Well, doesn't porno do that already?
No, pornos don't do that.
No.
But this is the crux of it. Many of us misunderstood relationships. Many of our grandparents misunderstood relationships. Relationships are a spiritual classroom where one comes to discover who they are. You had Carl Jung. He said people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid looking at themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You had J. Krishnamurti, who said relationship is a mirror. We go into the relationship looking for the person to provide for us when we should go into the relationship keeping an eye on how we show up. Because whenever we're triggered, that is our spiritual curriculum that needs to be healed. Now, we live in a society that says love is a verb. That's transactional. We're looking at Anthony Edwards say, here's $1 million, lady. You and that baby get out of here. That's a lack of empathy. The more technologically advanced we become, the less we become integrated into what relationship is about. It is the university of you. It's where you discover your flaws and where you're supposed to take ownership of your flaws so you can elevate in conscious, so you can love unconditionally. Our love is transactional. That's why it's conditional.
Wow.
Who's writing the expectations? Our unhealed wounds.
Wow.
I was abandoned. You can't abandon me. I was neglected. You can't neglect me. I was poor. You have to give. People don't understand. It's a spiritual classroom that reveals you to you.
Wow.
So that's definitely something to think about.
So thank you so much, as always, the voice of reason and the voice of destruction, as the world is coming to an end very soon here. You can catch Zoe on KBLA Talk 1580
Don't want
nightly.
nobody to be happy.
Well, no, you know what? But he's informing us. Please come back, Zoe, with some more stats and some more wisdom and some more reason. I appreciate you for joining us tonight. Thank you, sir, so much.
Definitely something to think about.
I really don't like how he said that the younger people don't have empathy anymore, and I really don't like how I guess everybody's looking for instant gratification.
I'm sorry, the world, we have approached an entire America that lacks empathy, and it's very, very scary, man.
It is.
It's so scary.
I mean, I've never
when you cut off aid to the people, like it's a scary time to be a human.
It is, isn't it? I've never felt old up until now, and I'm like, ooh, this is what aging is like. I wonder what.
A whole new world happens. Can you imagine? Can you imagine before the computers came along and everything was manual and
analog?
I often
wondered when what was it, C. Dolores Tucker, when she was listening, when she was running over Tupac CDs back in the day, and she was listening. I wonder what she was thinking when she started hearing hip hop and listening to
She was thinking, I want to censor it. That's what she was thinking.
And like, what world was she seeing leave her and the new world come in with this gangster rap and all this? Because to us, growing up in that world, it was something new and it was poetic and it was also a representation of what we were seeing in the streets, compared to what world she was seeing.
Well, she was coming from a world that during the civil rights era, right? She was coming from a world where women were taught to be prim and proper. She was coming from a world where men were the head of the household and women stayed at home. She was coming from an entire different world. Women didn't curse. Women didn't smoke. Women wore dresses. Women went to church. I'm saying women because I'm a woman, so I'm speaking to where she would be coming from. Yeah, and then to all of a sudden have this world where everybody's cussing and it's okay, and I can't imagine what C. Dolores Tucker would be thinking today with the female hip hop artist
with Sexy Red. Let's go to Joyce out there on Zoom. Joyce, welcome to Late Night Love with Don Amiche and Tammi Mac.
It's Late Night Love, baby.
Hi, Joyce.
Hey, hi, guys. Late Night Love. I got to tell you, I cannot get enough. I am on the East Coast, and I tune in at 12 o'clock every night.
Thank you.
You guys are off the chain. It takes a lot to engage me. But anyway, I love you guys. You got great chemistry. The whole show was great. But I wanted to just kind of give a comment and try to help the brother out that was in the first block. And so what I tell a lot of couples that have been together for, 20 plus years, that you have to look and treat your relationship like a bank account. You make a lot of love deposits. Those love deposits could be anything from baby, you look hot and sexy today, to thank you for opening the door, to just very simple things so that when times get rough, because they are going to get rough, okay, you can make withdrawals from your bank and you will remain being $1 million in love and keep the romance going.
Now, how do I make a withdrawal?
Say what?
How do I make a withdrawal from the love bank?
Well, if you don't want to get her pregnant, you better make a withdrawal.
The withdrawal is when things are not going so right.
Okay.
And that's when the withdrawal happens.
Got you.
So that falls on the negative.
Okay, so constantly keep making deposits, basically.
You constantly keep making deposits, and with you making deposits, you'll stay rich and in love because times are going to get rough. You're going to have to go, just like he said, through conflict, and conflict builds strength, So that's what he needs to do, and he needs to date his wife. I date my husband every weekend. We make sure that nothing interferes with our date night.
How long have you been married, Joyce?
Oh boy, at least about 30 years.
30 years.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
3 decades in, huh?
Yeah, I like the idea of making deposits into the love bank on a consistent basis, and I think that's a good reminder. How many deposits have you made into your relationship this week?
But then, are we talking about what Zoe was talking about when he said everything is transactional now? Is that a transaction? I'm on deposit, and you get the withdrawal, and you deposit, I withdraw.
Well, I think if both are making deposits, I don't think that it is transactional. I think if both are constantly keep making deposits, I don't think it's not like I'm doing it to.
I mean, I definitely believe what you put into a relationship is what you get out of it.
Yeah. You know. So Joyce, but I do understand the whole transactional thing. Like, what are you giving me? I did the X, Y, and Z. But I don't think you can look at a relationship like that. Yeah. I love you. I'm just going to keep loving you, and I'm going to keep loving you.
Right, and you can't look at it like that because what I'm saying, Tammi, basically is that, there are so many things that my husband will do that are just so sweet and so kind. And, he's a much nicer person than I am. I always tell him I should have been born the man and he should have been born the woman.
Well, what's one thing that he's done for you? Let's highlight him. Give us one thing he's done.
Oh, my goodness. Every morning he will get up without fail and he will drive to Dunkin' Donuts and buy me coffee.
Oh.
Every morning, Joyce?
Every single morning.
Oh, Lord.
I know. He will just send me flowers for no reason. He will take me out to dinner. Well, we do that on the regular.
Yeah.
But he just does nice, simple, sweet things. He opens the door for me. he doesn't let me get out the car without opening the door, you know? I mean, he's just like not human to me, you know? But I mean, I just think that things like that just shows love. And not that it's tit for tat, but those are the love deposits. Those are the things that through the years have remained consistent.
Yeah.
That, you know, keeps me in love with him because it isn't transactional. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you stay in love, Joyce, and thank you so much for watching Late Night Love.
Hey, go let him make a deposit tonight, okay, Joyce?
You got it, baby.
All right, Joyce. Thank you so much.
Yeah. When someone is willing to do anything and everything for you, you do feel like you have to give that same in return. You know, you feel like yeah, you want to exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like, oh Lord, now I gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts for her. It feels like, oh my God. What can I do for her today? What can I do for him today?
Because someone's loving you and, and they're doing it just because they love you so much and you feel that energy. We got more of Late Night Love coming forward.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
Okay.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm your host, Amiche, with the wonderful Dr. Tammi Mac, who looks so beautiful today. I love how you always have a T or an M right around your neck.
You know, one of my favorite shows is Laverne and Shirley, and Laverne used to always wear that big L across her shirt.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Listen, we're dating ourselves with that. But I was just talking to somebody earlier today. I was like, they don't make TV shows like that anymore.
They do not.
They do not. Here's an interesting clip as we are talking about videos all over social media about dating, about love, about sex. This one is about interracial dating.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I do not blame black women for dating outside of their race. I really don't. And me personally, I used to be super duper bitter when I would see black women dating outside of their race, like other Caucasian men, Asian Pacific, Latino, whatever it may have been. I used to be really salty. But what I'm starting to notice is that a lot of black men, not all, but a lot of black men are not stepping up to the plate to where we need to be to court or date black women. And here's a newsflash, black men are not entitled to black.
I mean, listen, that is from I Am the One.
He must have been trying to find his love in heaven because, baby, the way he was walking, I was like, where are you going, brother?
I have a hard time with men who traffic in female content like that and just kind of keep pushing it because I don't know if they're just doing it just to try to get an audience out there.
Well, everybody's trying to get an audience.
Black men are entitled to black women. I do want to say that. They make these general statements that like we're out there just dogging black women out. Am I wrong? I mean, is there some big thing going on where black men are just dogging black women out, and and then pushing black women to other races? Is there something I'm missing?
Was that his suggestion?
Well, he's saying I'm not blaming black women for going out to date other races because black men are not stepping up and doing right by black women. I don't see that.
I find that problematic.
Yes.
I find that problematic with him shading black men as a black man, number one.
Yes.
But number two, it also...
He didn't say all black men, but
he kept saying some. But if it's some, then why not focus on the ones who are getting it right versus the ones that are getting it wrong? And I think that's where social media collectively gets it wrong, when we focus in and hone in on everything that everybody is doing wrong in relationships, because there are people who are happy. There are people who are getting it right. And it doesn't really matter if you choose a white person or if you choose a Hispanic person or if you choose a woman, if you're a woman. It doesn't matter. And I don't think anybody's driving anybody anywhere. No. I think it's a personal choice based on your own personal experience.
I could point out a couple of successful families: Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, LeBron James and Savannah. There's a lot
Denzel
of
Washington.
Yes.
I mean, we don't know
Samuel Jackson,
but we don't know what they've gone through. You know what I mean? Because they ain't put their business all on social media. When Pauletta got mad at Denzel, she didn't pick up her phone and go, "Yeah, y'all like his new movie, but y'all don't know last night." You know what I'm saying? Like that, Pauletta.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
We don't know the bad parts, and that's the difference in the world today. Everybody knows the bad parts about everybody's relationships. Yeah. Y'all need to learn how to keep that stuff off up to social media.
Yeah. Listen. I
mean, it's entertaining to me. You can keep it if you want to, but everybody's just laughing at you.
But I don't know. I mean, but it's weird. Sometimes I hear from women, though, that black men are not doing well. We had successful Brim on here who advised me to go into the barbershops and tell men that we need to do better. And I'm like, well, do better at what? Because I didn't understand.
Question.
But she's under the impression that men are not doing good. So maybe it is.
Let me tell you, black men have been losing the propaganda game.
I've said that a lot.
They have been, you guys have been losing the propaganda game because you get hit with this whole you don't take care of your kids, you don't see your kids. But if you look at the CDC report, the CDC says that black men are participate more in a child's growth than any other.
Yeah.
Any other ethnicity. They go to the ball games. They take them to school. They make their lunch. They take them out to dinner. Black men. So you're losing the propaganda game. And every black man I know takes care of his child. Every black man I know, and I'm just speaking personally I know. Now my dad, maybe not my dad so much, but
I don't know. Your dad bought you that speaker, and he made you pop pork chop nuggets when you were a kid.
Yeah, he did make me pork chop nuggets.
Come on now.
Yeah. He did participate
and
when I was
still in your life today.
Well.
All right. I mean, I don't know about the quality of it, but he's still hanging in there.
There we go.
I mean, but you are right on the propaganda war. I do want to say that in our next clip from social media.
Can I just say, black men, I love y'all. And y'all are good. And y'all do good things. And I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than a chocolate brother who work real hard, who take care of his sister, brother, mother. I mean, the way y'all walk in a room, your swag, I mean, your confidence. Black men, y'all need to lay off my black men. Man, y'all just a beautiful specimen, honey.
Well, let's get to the next clip on JG, who can't believe how lazy some black men are.
Here we go.
Real quick, are women out here planning dates? I asked that because there's this guy, he told me he wanted to see me this weekend. And I'm like, okay, let me know if you come up with a plan. And he's just like, do you know somewhere we can go tonight? And I text him back like, so you want to see me and you want me to come up with the plan? Yeah, he was like, oh, so you that type? Never mind. I wish you well. Hold on. Mind y'all, like, I've never been out with this man. So I'm confused. That type, women out here planning dates, first dates. I'm used to a man with a plan. Y'all let me know, because I feel like he got me messed up. I know I'm not tripping. I don't even know why I'm asking y'all if I'm tripping, because I know, like, men plan dates.
Okay.
Yeah, you are tripping, because I know that you sound crazy, sis. You sound crazy. Wait a minute. I know that you sound crazy, sis. Like, if a brother taking you on a first date, he doesn't know what you like. He doesn't know what kind of food preferences you have. That's being respectful. And why a man got to come with a whole plan just to go on a date?
Well,
I got to have a whole dissertation and review to go on a date. I got to have plans to go on a date, to spend 2 hours with you.
Well, I would like maybe for some women to have a little forethought, to maybe have a list and meet some of these men halfway and say, you know what, I have been wanting to go X, Y, and Z. How about we go there? And because you know what, you're maybe missing out on a guy that has a lot of great potential for you.
It's a date. Ain't nobody asking to be married. We don't have to figure out how many meals we got to buy at the reception. We don't have to plan our funds to figure out what kind of dress I'm gonna get. This a date. At the most, you gonna spend $100 to $400.
Well, maybe they ain't got
It's
it
a
though.
date.
Well, maybe they ain't got it. And they don't want to plan anything.
These kind of women trip me out, because you're just looking for issues and you looking for problems. That man just asking you, what do you want to do? This is my first time. I don't know who you are. You know, I don't want to take you to a Chinese restaurant if you don't like it.
Well, what should be a simple go-to then?
The park.
Okay, there you go.
The beach.
There you go. Well, I mean, not everybody got a beach, but the park. Let's go sit at the park and talk. Let's go get some coffee.
Then women got a problem with that.
Let's go get some coffee. Let's go to Starbucks. I think that's simple. That's a simple first date. But somebody's gonna have some problems with that also. All right, listen, we got more video clips, more social media clips, more conversation, more of Late Night Love when we come forward.
Gee.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. As you can see, we're sharing social media videos. But if you want to share your video with us, I've got an email address for you. We're talking about love, relationships, sex.
And it's late night.
And it's late night. Late Night Love at foxsoul.tv. Late Night Love at foxsoul.tv. You see it right on the screen. Make sure they are short. Make sure the videos are clean. Make sure we don't see you having sex. Make sure.
What?
Well, I'm listening. You got to let people know what we're trying to look for.
OnlyFans?
Yes. You can also join the show by scanning the QR code, and you can zoom into the show as we are talking about all things relationships. You can share your relationship horror stories. You can ask questions from a lot of the experts that we have on the show, and we'd love to talk to you all over the country. We've got Savannah on the show tonight. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Savannah.
That's a very sultry voice there.
Oh, thank you.
Sultry name, too.
Yeah, Savannah.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like it here.
Savannah.
Yes, you're sending your dedication out to who, Savannah?
Savannah.
What's going on?
I love it. I love it.
Savannah.
That sounds sexy. I like it.
I like it too, Savannah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's clean. Keep the show clean, please. What's going on, Savannah?
So, I am single in LA, and of course, I'm dating, trying to find somebody, and I just feel like, with social media, it's just made it so much more difficult. With all the different social apps and dating apps, it's just gotten a little bit difficult. And I'm just wondering if you felt like, could love, stay authentic where we're at with technology and the way our connections go.
Let me get some stats on you. Let me get a picture of you. I mean, give me an age range, and how would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? You can't pick 7.
I would have asked more of what was the issue. What is the issue that she's facing?
Well, hold on. I need a mental picture.
And you're trying to say what? If you ugly, you gonna face issues?
Hold on. I'm just trying to use Kevin Samuels' model here of what's going on.
Didn't he die?
Well, listen, rest in peace.
Okay.
All right.
I'm 38.
Okay.
And I have modeled before in the past. Yeah.
Okay, so beautiful. You're a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder.
Right
Black,
now, I do
MySpace.
Black and I do Hinge.
Okay. Oh, this is okay.
And I do have people that reach out to me in my DMs on Instagram, but I always feel like that's nothing substantial, I guess, is what you said.
It's yeah, you don't know who's spamming you.
So what has been the issue that you've been facing, Savannah?
Facing different things. Like one guy was, I won't say it, but he was a liar.
Okay.
And then the other guy still lived with his ex, but was looking for love on the apps and was feeling like, if we could just work through that, it'd be okay, which it wasn't.
I mean, it's inflation.
Stop it.
Inflation is hard.
No, I get that. I do. I understand that. And I used to be engaged at one point, but me and him figured it wasn't the right situation.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So, it's, a few things. And I have worked on myself, so I know it ain't me. But I've after our breakup, I went to therapy and did that. So I feel like I'm healed, and I just am having a difficult time in LA. Finding that person.
Well, I will say LA is a very difficult
hard.
place to find a love. This is not love land for sure.
Have you thought about Guatemala or Mexico?
Stop it.
I'm good.
Dominican Republic, maybe?
And I want to say this too, though, Savannah. First of all, congratulations for working on yourself.
Absolutely.
And noticing that, hey, maybe there's some things I need to work on, and actively working on those things. But I hate to say this. When you've worked on yourself, the pool gets smaller.
Girl, you don't even know. Yes.
Because it's a lot of stuff that you used to put up with, you're not going to put up with anymore. And it's a lot of things that you couldn't detect up front.
That you can
and
see.
Now you can now. And you can get away from them quicker, right?
Yeah.
I would say that's a good thing, that part, right? That's a good thing. But the problem is you keep running into it. And so how do you, when are you going to land in this soft space where you meet someone who honors the work that you've done and maybe has done some work himself as well. I know Don Amiche has. Maybe that might maybe he might be a good choice.
I told her to. Well, the other thing is there was that old
I
saying.
wouldn't be mad.
She said she wouldn't be mad.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, you mean but prior? You mean post therapy and pre therapy?
Ignorance is bliss. The less you know about fixing yourself, and you run around here ignorant is great.
Yeah, the pool gets much smaller because you're like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. And then when you add getting older to that, you're like, I definitely ain't dealing with that. And I definitely ain't dealing with that. The pool becomes smaller, unfortunately. Yes. But I don't think that means you'll never find love. I don't think that that means there's not a hope for you. I don't believe that at all. You sound like a beautiful woman. You sound like you got your head on straight. And the problem is, the challenge is, I'm sorry, not the problem, but the challenge is you've got to find someone who's there with you.
Well, I also think that maybe taking a trip outside of the country into a different culture might be a thing that you might want to experience.
I would agree with that.
I mean, maybe taking a trip to South Africa, maybe taking a trip to London, to other English. I don't know if you speak any other languages, and experiencing a different culture and seeing how a different place with different men in a different environment might treat you.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that those men aren't black. I'm assuming you're black and you want a black man. It doesn't mean that they aren't American, right?
Yeah.
You could find somebody in that space simply because you've leveled up, sis. You know what I'm saying? You might be just searching in all the wrong places.
Yeah, I mean, you might be dealing with a level of trauma in this country or in Los Angeles that just doesn't suit you, or you've outgrown.
Yeah, that's
this pool.
so good, Don, because what happens when you go to a whole nother country, right? And you find someone who has a different level of understanding when it comes to life,
or breathe new life into you.
Ooh.
You know?
Okay, I felt that. Yes, I felt that.
You know what I'm saying? So, you get a whole new pond to kind of fish in, a dating pool. And I'm not saying that it's going to be a totally new experience. And, people everywhere have their baggage to deal with. And so you may run into some things. But
you may run into the same thing there.
Yeah.
But you still get a different experience.
Have you traveled?
I do like to travel, but I'm kind of afraid to fly.
Right now, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
You better get on that train to San Diego.
Well, listen, DM me on Instagram, and I have a coaching program that I'll coach you.
Stop it.
For what? No, it's only for women.
Stop it.
Okay, and you make sure I'll
Savannah, he's lying. What? See, you done already lost
No,
her.
I'm going to coach you how to do this.
Savannah, he ain't got no coaching. He looking for a woman. The only thing he can do for you is take you on a date at this moment in time.
Listen here, Savannah. Listen,
and hopefully he has plans.
What did you say? You said the park? Is that where we're going? The park.
But you know what? Savannah sounds like she wouldn't be opposed to the park.
Yeah. What's an ideal date for you, Savannah?
At the park. I'm not mad at the park. The park gives you an opportunity to have intimate conversation.
Yeah.
Look at that.
When the guys hit you up on Hinge and all these dating apps, what are they saying to you?
She said they lied.
I've had it been like something real fast they're looking for, and then I've also had them lure me in with the idea of like relationship, but then something is off.
Like what dissolves? Like they're trying to move too fast in the sense of like getting in your pants, or it just kind of just
That has been it, but also like I had the one guy, me and him were talking, everything was lining up, looks, mentality, and then he lived with the ex. So I was like, and he was really thinking that'd be okay. So
that's the cojones and some of the guys out there to live with an ex and think that's okay to date.
Well, I guess, like you said, the times are hard today. And maybe they thinking like, "Hey, look, I got to split this rent unless you welcoming me into your humble abode."
But at least you know what? I got to give him credit for at least telling you about it up front.
Praise God, he told you about it. I'm gonna give him kudos for that too.
I mean,
but still, dude, that's whack.
At least he told you about it up front. I mean, because he could have lied and kept it a secret.
I take my credit back.
It was maybe like 2 weeks after we were talking and already had been like on the phone and getting to know each other. So it was long enough, but yes, I gave him credit for at least telling me.
Yeah,
Still didn't let them know.
He did suck you in though. He got you. Yeah, he's like
for 2
yeah.
weeks, but she was out after 2 weeks. That's that working on herself right there.
Yeah. I sure
was.
Yeah. She like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. I ain't got time for this.
I know he was like, shoot,
Right.
almost had her. Just one more week, and I would have.
One more
And
week.
been calling ever since.
Yeah, if I just took her on to Coachella, I just with an Airbnb in Coachella, I almost had her.
I had her.
I almost had her. Oh. Well, listen, do some traveling and don't listen. Don't give up on love. LA is a very hard place to date. These apps, I mean, are very hard to navigate. It's just a lot of non-interpersonal communication. It's hard to get to know people. You're meeting the representatives and everybody's on their best behavior. And, it's
And
it's
I know
out there.
you said you had a fiance at one time as well. And I love to tell people, when they've experienced love and a love loss, just try one more time. Give love a try one more time.
That or get a cat.
Thank you.
Cat
Thank
or a
you,
Yorkie.
guys.
Thank you, Savannah.
Thank you, Savannah. Thank you for the call.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
All right. Thank you, Savannah. All right, Late Night Love, where you can send the videos, keep them short and clean. You can always zoom into the show and with the QR code right on the corner of the screen. We got more of the videos, more of your calls when Late Night Love continues.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm your host, Amiche, with the wonderful Dr. Tammi Mac, who's going to be giving the commencement speech at Bennett College.
Yes, Bennett College in Greensboro, North Carolina.
When you were at Bennett College, and did you date a lot at Bennett College?
That's all I did.
A date. Oh, was it easy dating at Bennett?
It's always easy dating when you're 18 years old.
Okay. Well, this next social media poster, Tasia Hareen, thinks black women are traumatized in the dating world.
Okay.
Let's check this out.
Within the black community is unnecessarily hard and traumatic. It's constantly women coming out with horror stories from all backgrounds and economic classes. You know what, girl? Thank you. Because when I came on here and said that a couple months back about how dating as a black woman is more difficult, everyone was like, oh no, that's your experience, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of our experiences. It's a lot of black women with the same stories. And it's a lot of black women with the stories, even after they've grown, healed, went to therapy, got a mentor, got a dating coach, changed their approaches, right? Because doing the same thing, expecting different results is a definition of insanity. I'm talking about women who put in the work and they're still having difficulty dating within the Black community.
This is Savannah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's exactly what Savannah said. She said that she had been through therapy, she had worked on herself, and she just can't find a person.
I don't understand what's so hard about it. I mean, why is there? Why we were talking earlier to Zoe, and I guess the issue, what he was saying, is that there's a lack of empathy when it comes to younger people because they weren't parented correctly, and then there's an issue of younger people want instant gratification. If it's sex, I want it. They don't know how to have communication skills, and I assume maybe the women want a relationship, and the men, I don't know if they want a relationship. Maybe they want an idea of a relationship, and it doesn't come.
Well,
right
I
away.
honestly believe that people think this is a new problem, and it's not.
With the relationship problem, or men and women?
I mean, women and men have often had a rough time finding their mate, their person. It's not new. It's only known more, right? Because we have social media now. So now we can connect to people across the world globally and say, oh, you're having a hard time finding a man? I'm having a hard time finding a man too. Oh, you're having a hard time finding a woman? I'm having a hard time. And then you experience these same kind of situations and circumstances amongst each other. But that's not new.
But the interpersonal skills, though, I think are lacking, right? Like, having a guy talk to you or even try. Like we had a call the other day and like a guy wants you just to come over to the house instead of trying to go out and court you.
Yeah, but
that's
you
not
asked
happening
me
anymore.
about dating at Bennett College.
Yes.
That's all guys wanted me to do was
Just
come over to the
house.
house. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's not new. It's not a new thing. You know what I mean?
So guys have always been lazy.
I don't call that lazy. I just call that let's come over to the house. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think it's lazy. I think guys will try you. It's a whole game. Like dating is a game. The guys, and you're a guy. You tell me, what's the difference between? How do you choose between a woman that you're only going to be intimate with and a woman you're going to have a relationship with? How do you determine the difference between those women?
Well, I all want to be intimate with them. I want them all.
But do you want to have a relationship with them all?
What for me? Okay, my outlook is I want to have a relationship with all of them. I don't want to just sleep with you. I want to be with you.
But do you want to commit to all of them?
Yes.
Well, that's the problem that we have in then. Y'all want to commit to everybody, and we only want one person to commit to us.
I like the way I see things. Throughout my whole life has always been: if I see a girl, I want to have sex with her, but I also want to be with her. But I'm not chasing a bunch of women. I'm like I got my eye on one person. But if she rejects me, then I move on. So I'm not. I've never been the person.
You. See, now you're not being honest. You got to let me know if you want me to tell the people you.
Well, hold on. Well,
because
go ahead.
you have.
I had a rotation.
Right, you have. That's what I was about to say. You have a rotation.
That's later on in my life.
None of those women in that rotation do you want to commit to.
Yeah, that's later on in my life, though. But I'm talking about
later
when I was young.
on.
That's later on in life.
They're 50.
That's later on in life. I'm talking about when I was younger, like when 18, 19.
You have a rotation now. What are you talking about?
I have zero. I have none.
You did drop your rotation.
I dropped the rotation.
You did drop the rotation.
I don't have time. I don't have the energy, the bandwidth
but what I'm
for
saying,
it.
but you still have a nice Rolodex that you can choose from if you have a lonely
and
night.
I would have been with all of them if they wanted to be together.
Nobody wants to do the Neo. Nobody wants to be.
Why not? They all seem happy. All of Neo's people.
Okay.
All of Neo's people seem happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why your girl is saying women have been traumatized by relationships.
But
there is your example,
all of Neo's women seem happy. They're all happy.
Neo not even happy. Neo's not even happy. He's searching in his soul for something, and he doesn't know what.
That throuple seems very.
I think it's a throuple now.
A throuple?
Yeah, I think he's got.
I think he's got. I don't know what it is. They seem very happy together, though.
Well,
I saw him.
now you understand.
And he was like, "Listen, I've never been this happy in my life."
But it's also, we can't say that one of the reasons why it's hard for women to find men is because y'all, we outnumber you. So then there's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking to Dr. Johnson. I was like, I don't know if we were meant to be monogamous as a people. Like, I think it's...
Well, clearly, if we're talking about our motherland, right, in Africa, they are not monogamous. They have more than one wife. But if you read the Bible, many men have more than one wife in the Bible. So you may be on to something. Maybe it was not meant. Maybe monogamy was not meant.
I don't know. I don't know. But then again, I think... who am I? I don't know. So,
you're Don Amiche.
I don't know. Listen, we got another social media poster out here. Earlier, we heard from a social media poster about how traumatic dating is for Black women. This poster, known as E versus Erica, has a take as well.
I think people should be with the man or woman they love, whether that person is Black, white, etc., right? But dating in the Black community seems more like a competition and a gender battle to prove who's more of the prize. Like, when I take a look at some of the Black podcasts, it seems like they're trying to prove how much they don't need each other. They're debating on who pay all the bills, who pay for who hair appointment, who's opening up whose doors, that person got to chase them, or what do that person bring to the table. And we're still trying to figure out why Black love seems so conditional. It's because we're presenting the conditions that's required for people to have an opportunity to love us, dating based on where we at, not where we want to go. So if we stop rushing and take the time out to get to know each other, we will eventually see what that person needs at their table. And then we'll be able to self-reflect and see if we can provide those things and it to come more naturally instead of conditional. And another thing, Black men or men in general, stop thinking y'all only value is in the amount of money that you have. You can also provide her with mental and emotional reassurances, chivalry, commitments, informative and supportive conversations. Teach her the importance of having y'all credentials in order. And these things will also earn her respect and show her you provide leadership. And Black women, or women in general, we're more valuable than just cooking and cleaning. We also can give less attitude and have more accountability. We can provide more mental affirmation so he can have some mental clarity when he's making his decisions for us. We also can be more attentive with our actions so he feels appreciated.
Where's this woman been my whole entire life?
I like this girl. Ooh, yes, and I like her. Oh my goodness,
yes.
She's speaking it all. I hate the podcast where women and men are challenging one another on what women do and what men do, and like.
So chivalry. You're not going to judge me by my pocketbook. Chivalry, words of acknowledgement. What else? Uplifting comments.
Yeah.
And I can just be there for you. Why are we judged on our pocketbook so much anyway? Like, why do I got to sit there and...
You know why? Let me say this. Just as much as women are fascinated and infatuated with men who have money, men are fascinated and infatuated with proving that they have it. So which came first, the chicken or the egg? Because men love to show what they have. You guys are peacocks. That's what you do. You peacock around. You do peacocks make that noise? I think that's a bird.
I don't know what peacocks make.
I don't know how.
Okay, so yes, I think as I've gotten older, I have learned to keep a very low-key profile. Because that...
You are a horrible dater. Let me just say that.
What do you mean?
You are a horrible dater. And we've had this discussion before.
I don't know what do you mean?
You go all out and you spend a ton of money. But I have said to you several times, Don, it's a first date. You don't have to spend $800 on a first date.
But I'm not spending the money on the first date to impress the woman. I'm spending the money on the first date to have a great date because I like to do that, and I would spend that money regardless.
But
I would spend that money on myself.
But this is what I'm saying, though. If you're looking for a woman of quality and a woman that is going to love you for who you are,
okay,
and what's inside of you,
yes,
and want all of those things that Miss Eva versus Erica was talking about, and appreciates.
Yes,
I'm sorry, care, what all those things, the charisma appreciates all of that. Then you have to, you can't impress upon her on day one all of this money.
Well,
you can't do because it's blinding. It's blinding.
But why do I gotta suffer? Why do I gotta suffer on a first date?
You don't have to suffer.
I gotta take you to Denny's because
you can take her to the park.
I don't want to go to the park. I want to go to a very nice restaurant where the service is good. I want to order a steak or some sushi. I want to have a nice conversation, maybe by the beach.
The women, and that's why my point is that's why women choose those men. Because that's what you give. And so when you get into it, that's why they continue to want more and more and more, because that's how you presented yourself.
You know,
if I give you sex on the first date,
yes,
and then I decide never to give it to you again until we married, ain't that? I mean, that's kind of wrong, ain't it?
I think that's kind of jacked up.
Right. And so if you take me out on the first date and you're giving me all these steaks and potatoes and mastros and steak 48 and crustaceans, and then all of a sudden I don't get it anymore.
Well, here's how I think about fixing that equation of just hiring a 304 and just paying for the whole night.
What's a 304?
A 304 is a woman who offers a certain amount of service for the whole night, for the night.
An escort.
There you go. There you go. But we call them 304s. So a 304 is a companionship for the night. That way we have a great night.
I'm not opposed to you doing that with a 304.
You get girlfriend experience for the night.
I'm not opposed to that.
I don't have to worry about anything.
Right. I'm not opposed to you paying for it.
Yeah.
But we're talking about relationships here.
But I can't.
We're not talking about your 304.
No, see, here's the thing, though. It doesn't seem that I can get the relationship that I want because I can't. I have to tame myself of who I am at the end of the day because I'm obviously sending out signals that are going to be misinterpreted by the date that I'm going to be going on.
They're not misinterpreted. It's what you present. It's the truth.
Right.
But if that is the truth, I don't want you to switch up on me. So I'm going to always expect that.
So some days.
Are you going to always give it to me?
No, some days maybe.
Well, then you're lying.
What? So what? We have to go to what, a Mastro's every day?
What I'm saying is when men talk about gold diggers and when men talk about women always wanting transactions and this is a Zoe said it himself. He was like, all these relationships today are transactional. It is because that's how we present it. You have to take you have to realize that you have created the consequences of what happens in the relationship. You have to take accountability for that. So if a woman meets you and you're fawning all over her and throwing money all over her, she can't help but to only see you for that.
Okay.
And vice versa. If I'm breaking out, I'm breaking out all my clothes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm breaking out all my clothes on day one, You gonna think I'm crazy if I decided, well, you know what? I decided I'm gonna be a born again virgin. I don't want to do it no more till I'm married. You go, what is this?
All right. Well, from now on, church. That's the first date. We'll go to church. We'll spend a nice hour.
Go to church.
We'll visit every church and we'll help the needy.
Help the needy. That's a great date.
Well,
that's a great date.
We'll help the needy. We'll find some place to donate,
that's
and
a great date.
We'll spend some time out, and we'll get to know each other and do something good.
Helping the needy would definitely get you to know somebody because you can talk about their family and their background and where they come from, and that's a great date.
Yeah. We'll do something.
Keep your money in your pockets.
Okay.
Go to Mastro's by yourself.
Okay. It's fun with company though. But okay.
Well, you can take me.
I'd be more than happy to take you.
I mean, you ain't gonna get none from me at the end of the night, but you could take me.
Listen, we'll have great conversation. And
absolutely fantastic conversation, my brother.
We talk about our problems. All right, more late night love.
It's what we do.
That's what we do when we come forward.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
I don't even know his mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. My name is John Amiche, the wonderful Dr. Tammi Mac. You can join the show by zooming in with the QR code right on the corner of the show. Very simple. Just pick out your phone, scan it, zoom in. We are talking about relationships, love, sex. We have all kind of doctors on, and we had Zoe Williams from the legendary KBLA talk here in Los Angeles on. We are pulling clips from social media. We have a clip from Danny. It's me, Danny, with a take on matriarchy.
The moment that black women let go of the ideals that white tea women taught them through feminism, screaming, yelling, trying to get something from a man that held it back from them, and black men let go of systematic oppression and trying to get black women to submit to them because they have to submit to white tea men, we might be able to come together. Hear me out. Up here, hear me out. You're not going to be able to conduct a partnership that's conducive to your culture being like them. Because she had to do that because that man treated her like dog shit. Wouldn't give her a bank account or nothing. The same way that he treated black men. But he was going to give things to black men before he gave it to white tea women, and then they started yelling. The truth is, black men and black women have also always adopted into the understanding of matriarchy. That's why their grandmother is the head of the family. That's why they buy the sons and everybody buy their mama house, because somewhere in them they know that matriarchy is what works for us, not patriarchy. And that black men at a time when they went to work all day and they gave that check to their wife, which was your great grandma, and she paid all the bills and she still ran the household. He said, I give her the check, she know what to do, because he trusted that black woman to do what she was supposed to do. So maybe if we stop acting like them, we'll stop producing their results.
So
this is a new revelation.
It is a new revelation because I didn't know that we were trying to act like white people or white families. I didn't really know that's something we're doing. I don't have a problem giving my check to my wife for her to pay the bills. If she's better with the money and can handle it, hey, knock it out. If we're supposed to be a unit and living together and she can handle the money better than me, I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
To me, that's what marriage is all about. If you can handle it, go ahead.
Yes, this is what she's a little off base. Just a little. I don't think she's a lot off base. I don't think that white women were screaming to get what they weren't being given. As a matter of fact, I believe it was black women.
We're screaming what they could, because I know women couldn't get stuff. I know that, and I know women.
Well, here's the thing: all women, no matter what their ethnicity had been, in previous years, right? All women were not allowed to own homes, have a bank account,
get a credit card,
right, without their husband's name on it or without their husband's permission, right? We seem to be moving back into that era, but I guess I don't want to go there with this whole voting rights thing.
Well, wasn't there a lady that was like somebody? They accused a woman they accused a dead person of voting, but it was a woman who voted in her husband's name as Mr.
Oh, like Mr. and Mrs.
Or Mrs. I don't know. It was like Mr. something.
No, it was like it was probably Mrs. Tammi Mac.
Or something.
But Mac is her husband's last name. I'm sorry, or Mrs. Jackson Mac.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because, I mean, for the longest, a woman would refer to herself as her husband, only with the Mrs. in front.
Yes, that's what it was.
Right? So I would be Mrs. Jackson Brown.
And that's how she wrote her name and filled out everything and wrote the voter card back. So it was referring to her name. And he had died, and that's how she filled out the voter registration card. Yeah. So, and that's how she had been filling out cards and letters and signing everything for God knows how long.
But I do give her props for talking about the black woman as the matriarch of the family, because that's very true. We look at the that's not even a television show. It's a play turned
August
into
Wilson.
A movie. August Wilson Spence's, right?
Absolutely amazing.
And he brings the money to his wife. All his checks go to his wife. Even though he got a whole nother woman on the side, the check go to the wife. She's the matriarch. She handles all of the everything. I have a friend right now, today. Her husband's check goes to her. She's a housewife, and her husband works, and the check goes to her, and she takes a piece of that check, wraps it up in a sock, puts it in a drawer, and that's his money, for
yeah, like $1. What did Denzel have? Like $1 something to go to get a beer or something like that?
Right. So I do understand how she says like the woman in the black family has oftentimes been the matriarch, the person that is the glue to the family, that keeps it together, that holds it together, that makes sure that the bills are paid, that makes sure that the groceries are purchased, because the man's job was to go out and provide and work to provide all of that, so that there is an equal balance, so to speak, of responsibilities in the household to make that household work and run.
Have we got away from that?
I don't know that that's something that has happened in other communities, specifically the white community.
Yeah, because the wife is the submissive one in the relationship, and the man, and I'm assuming the man handles everything else. Do you see that, I guess, black men want that in their households now? Like because we had a gentleman, Corey the trainer, he was talking about how black men want black women to be submissive. But I don't think we want you to be submissive in that way. If you can pay the bills, have at it. I just think we don't want to fight you in the house.
Right.
We don't want an argument. We don't want to fight. We also want to feel like the king of the castle. But if we're talking about strategizing about, hey, you can pay the bills better, or you can organize the house better, or you can structure things better, have at it.
Right.
I don't have a problem with it, or at least me, but I don't know.
Yeah. My uncle calls my aunt his Condoleezza Rice, because she handles anything that has to do with the house, she handles it. Like if I call him and say, hey, can I get $20? He'll be like, hey, you got to talk to Condoleezza.
$20?
She handles everything. I'm just throwing out a number.
I bet he might like $20.
No, I'm just throwing out a number.
Yeah.
It could be any number. But he's like, you got to talk to Condoleezza. She handles that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think that it's a right or wrong way. And that has been the problem with our traditions. A lot of people have decided that traditions are right and everything else is wrong. But now we live in this new generation with the Zs and the millennials, right? And they're like, F your traditions. We don't care about you. We want to start new, because none of that stuff worked for y'all. Y'all still ended up divorced. Daddy still ended up with 3-4 kids outside of the marriage. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how you got here.
It didn't work.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly how you got here. What you talking about? It worked. You here. You breathing.
And so I think today is a very different day for relationships. I mean, they don't want to get married today.
I don't know. I saw something the other day, and this is weird. It was a young lady. And she was like, yeah, I've been to all the women empowerments, the brunches, and the girl groups and the big ups and everything, and the church choirs. It was all female stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she was like, where are all the men at?
They ain't at them conferences.
She was just like, sure. I'm with all the women stuff and the brunch. And she didn't say men. She said the N word, but she was like, well, yeah. So at the end of the day, as much as you want to change traditions, there's something to be said about things that have been done a certain way for so long.
Right.
And they're done a certain way for so long for a reason, because they work and things work that way. No matter how much you want to try to reinvent the wheel is the wheel at the certain time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think that they're trying to change so much. But there are some things that have worked, and because they're trying to change the new generations are trying to change so much, that they are going to fall short of recognizing and acknowledging those traditions that have worked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What advice would you give like these younger generations that are trying to come up together? Because I see some millennials, and they are striving, they are starting families, and they are working together. But then I hear a lot of young people that can't find love, and that they're struggling, and then they seem to be in.
That's always a struggle in your 20s and 30s. You know, there are a few people that you meet your high school sweetheart and you marry them. There are a few people you meet your college sweetheart and you marry them. So it happens for a few people. The other people, not so lucky. You know, you got to go through all these frogs before you get to your prince, right? It's just how, they didn't create the story for nothing. You got to go through it. Yeah, but eventually it will happen for you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you're running into your 40s and you still ain't found your prince.
People put too much on age. People put too much on age.
Hey, man, you're right.
People put too much on age.
Well, your body, your biological clock is running out of time.
For babies.
Yes. I think that's important. You want to get married. You want to have the family. You want to,
Yeah, well.
I don't
know what to tell you about that.
You don't want to be out there creating strays now, you know what I'm saying?
Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you do.
A couple of Ray-Rays.
You go to one of them sperm banks and get go on and lock it down like Michael Jackson.
All right, let's get to another video from the podcast, the negotiable one, Experience Dating in Atlanta. Here's an Experience Dating in Atlanta.
What happened in your dating experience to where you're now like,
It's a lot of pressure on black men, specifically dating black women. And I love black women. Social media and the culture has put a lot of pressure on us. This could be just based on environment. When I moved to Atlanta, women here are very entitled. And listen, I'm not blaming anybody, so I don't want this to turn into
When you say entitled, though, what does entitled mean?
I'll say financially entitled. I feel extreme pressure. And I get hit on by white women, I get hit on by all kinds of women. But when I get hit on by black women, I immediately feel this entitlement of, I gotta pay for something.
Wow.
I gotta pay your rent. I gotta help you with your car note immediately within 2 weeks. Or I'm just saying what I've experienced. I'm not saying that's every woman. Nowadays, if I take somebody on a date,
$400
immediately, and I don't even drink. So if she drink, that's a couple hundred. If the hookah is 45, lamb chops is 50, dessert. So by the time
valet,
I was just getting ready to say valet. So we didn't spend $400 for me to see if you like me.
Say that again.
So it's like I'm spending. That's just the first date. You want to go out again. I done spent $1,000 on 3 dates just to see if you might call me back or maybe text me back. And then because you're a beautiful woman, if you don't like me, you can go get the next man to do the same thing.
That's what we do, yes. I remember having a boyfriend, and I didn't hear from him. Well, he wasn't my boyfriend at the time. We were dating. And I didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks. When we started to be in a committed relationship, he said to me, yeah, there were a couple of times where I didn't feel like I could see you because I didn't have any money. Yeah.
And what happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
He just couldn't afford you?
Well, by the time he shared that information with me, we were together. We were a couple. That's what I'm saying.
So he was intimidated, or he was just broke? Or he could, what made him feel that he couldn't share, hey, I don't have any money, but I really like you?
I think it was because he started off that way. And so when he didn't have it, he didn't want to see me.
Well, where was he taking you to?
I don't remember, but he took me shopping one day. He took me to get a tattoo another day. He took me to a restaurant. He was spending money on me. At the first 2 weeks we went out, he was going hard. He was buying jewelry, and then I didn't see him for 2 weeks. I was like, what had happened was, and then when we started, to get into a committed relationship, he was like, I didn't feel like I could see you if I didn't have any money. So I do understand the pressure. I don't think the pressure is about today. I think the pressure has to do with a man being a man, and a man's innate DNA wants to provide for a woman. The only problem today is to provide for a woman is a hefty price.
This is why men are on the DL in Atlanta, because y'all are too expensive. This is exactly why.
That ain't why y'all love a DL.
This is exactly why. No.
Because let me tell you, that LGBTQIA community, baby, you got to come with it.
No. They like,
baby, don't play. They want the money too.
They're like, look, brother, just go on, sit down. Let me fix you something to eat.
They want the money too.
I got you.
Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, he feels pressure for what? You know, what?
I would listen. I was listening to him, and I would think, because Atlanta, there's a lot of successful, professional black men and women out there, and I could almost understand the intimidation of, like, you've got doctors, lawyers, a lot of professional, professional people out there, and if you maybe you don't have your career going on for you, or
I don't think
business owners are out there too.
But I don't think that's what I don't think that was his deal, right? I don't think It didn't seem like he didn't have it going on. It just seemed like it was a bit much and daunting to have to shell out $400 on a first date just to see if you like me. Like, he said what he meant. It didn't seem like he didn't have it. It just seemed like he felt like it was ridiculous to spend money just to see if a woman was interested in him. And I think it's ridiculous as well. I think it's completely ridiculous to spend that amount of money just to see if a woman likes you. I remember running across a social media post where the woman said, she went on this date, and the man pulled out an Apple Pay card to pay the bill.
I did see that.
And she was like, he will not get a second date. And I'm like, wait, what happened? I didn't even get it. I was like, I'm sorry, what did he do? What did he do? Did he rub it on his genitalia?
No.
Like, what did he do with the Apple Pay card?
She was so ignorant that she didn't understand you could pay with...
She just felt like it was a poor...
It was beneath them.
Yes, it was beneath
Apple
her. Pay was beneath her.
Hey, shouts out to Head Crack, who's on the chat. He's saying anyone spending $3,000 across 3 dates needs a life coach. Look, I'm tired of the life coach. Everybody's a life coach now.
And life coaches need life coaches.
Yeah, I think needs common sense. Anybody spending $3,000 across three dates needs a life coach. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy to spend $3,000 across 3 dates, but it is getting very expensive out here just to go out and have a good time.
That's why I say, if you really want to get to know someone, like he was saying, he wanted to get to know someone. If you really want to know a woman's character, anybody's character, don't spend the money because it blinds you.
I'm still waiting on a woman to ask me out. Yeah, see? Yep, nothing. Crickets.
Well, I ain't gonna ask you out.
Crickets. There you go. Listen, more late night love when we come forward.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like, it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Night love. My name is Amiche with Dr. Tammi Mac, who's in here for premiere week. ending the week out. Going to be doing you're teaching, you've got a radio show here in Los Angeles and doing a commencement speech at
And I got a new podcast.
Yeah, and a new podcast.
Happy with
Tammi Mac. When do you find time to rest? Do you not sleep?
I guess I do.
When? I mean, golly, you just
I'm
gotta
asleep
go.
right now, only with my eyes open.
We're checking out content creators all on social media talking about love and relationships. And listen, you can zoom into the show. Just hit the QR code in the corner.
I love this. This is so amazing.
I love it too. You know, I love how we can sit there and talk to people. We have a lot of doctors on. We have great guests like yourself, people who just know about relationships, and we sit there and have conversations and try to figure the world out and try to, figure out that we're all just...
Figure out the world? That's a task.
Well, we just figure out that we're all just messed up. And that's what we were figuring out here. We're all messed up, and the world, according to Zoe, the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, and Bill Gates.
Yeah, and Bill Gates, too. Here is a video from Jasmine Lachey.
It's crazy. I was reading this Substack that was saying how some men use women to self-actualize, not sexually, but existentially. Like the girlfriend that taught him empathy, or the wife that taught him responsibility, the daughter that taught him how to be gentle and tender. How a lot of times we play like these plot device roles in men's lives, and then that's it. Like that was our role, and then we're discarded. And it made me really think how sad that is for a lot of women that are in situations like this. And this is furthermore why I stress the importance of not trying to heal somebody, not letting that be your purpose in somebody's life. Stop trying to be somebody's breakthrough. That's not your job. Also, watch what is extracted from you, whether that's your energy or your patience, how soft you are. Watch what's being extracted, because if it's not being replenished, if it's not being reciprocated, it's a setup. If you don't make sure that your cup is full first before dealing with somebody, and you're just pouring into the other person, you don't realize how much you play a part on being somebody's prequel to their happy ending. Pour into yourself. Have yourself first, and then you can be all that you can be for somebody else, because you've already put that energy back into yourself. So it makes it twice as hard for you to be anybody's lesson. Not to say that it won't happen, because life is life, okay? And we do have to learn things. And sometimes we are a part of people's story to teach them something. But honestly, do it in a way where your love is not a sacrifice for somebody else's self-love journey or self-growth journey.
It sounds like Jasmine has a lot of trauma that she has probably been pouring into a lot of people.
It sounds like she has trauma?
Yeah, it sounds like she's poured into a lot of people that have taken from her and not replenished back from her. Because it sounds like she's like, people have taken, she's done so much and not received anything in return.
She doesn't look old enough to have done so much.
Well, done a lot. I mean, some people, their love language is doing, and some people will allow you to do.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell if she meant that people gained from you inadvertently, or if she meant people intentionally pull from you, or you go overboard with giving so much that people get from you and you don't realize that,
But how
your
could
cup
that
is half
exhaust?
full.
How could that exhaust her if they're getting something from her and she's
Right.
just being her at the end of the day?
You know what? I honestly think people think too much.
I definitely.
I think people think too much. Like,
That's the-
where does
for the
all of
young
this
ones.
come from? Because if you are being you and your authentic self, you would hope that the good things that you bring to this table that everybody talks about will rub off on whoever you come in contact with, whether that be a friend, whether it be a child, whether it be a mate. You would hope that the goodness in you would rub off on them. And if it doesn't work out between the two of you, right, so be it. They've got something good from you, and now they go to another person and take that good thing with them to that other person.
You know who talked about that this week? Bow Wow, or Shad Moss, was on with what's that boy with the hair? That Dr. Bryant said was
Jamal Bryant?
No, Dr. Joy Bryant was on, the one that he had to go on another podcast and cry. The football player with all the kids.
With all the kids.
The one with it's going to come. We got
it'll come
to me.
all the kids. Oh, Cameron. Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. We'll get back to him. We got to call you. Yeah. Who's on the line?
This is
Hi, Kai.
Hey, guys. So I just wanted to make a comment to what the young lady was saying, because I've actually been there myself. I think what she means is it's not just about like her love language as a healer, but sometimes a lot of women are guilty of, oh, let me build this man up. Let me be here for them. Let me be everything he needs. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me cook, giving wife privileges before she becomes a wife, only for him to turn around and choose someone else. And I think that's what she was talking about, because a lot of women go through that. I've gone through that myself.
That's true. A lot of women do go through that. She just wasn't succinct in what she said.
Wife privileges?
Huh?
Wife privileges?
Yeah, there are privileges that you would give a husband or a wife, that a husband would give to a wife and a wife would give to a husband, that when you're just dating, you don't get those privileges.
Like I put some furniture in your name? Like, I don't know.
Well, that could be one privilege, yes.
So she was looking for something reciprocal is basically what I'm hearing. Well,
is that what you're saying, Kai? She was looking for something reciprocal?
Yeah, I think what it is, and I'm not saying it's not the person's fault, because you should communicate that. But a lot of times we put on this performative show that we think, basically, I'm auditioning to be your wife.
Right.
And then you end up feeling like you're used because you healed that man or you brought him through a time or something like that, only for him to choose someone else.
But did he know that you were even auditioning to be the wife? Like, did he know? Did he know that that's what was going on here?
No, he doesn't have to know. You yourself can have that feeling. He doesn't have to know it.
Yeah.
It's you that know. You're like, hey, I want to do everything right because I want to be his wife.
But he doesn't know that, and like, how is he supposed to know? Oh, that's what this is, and I need to make a decision that if I stay this, and I need to kind of step up and be like, okay.
I don't think he's supposed to know that. Kai, is he supposed to know?
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's everybody's fault in a sense, meaning it's her fault for not like communicating that, but then it's also his fault for not being tapped in and understanding what she's trying to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's both are guilty in some respect, but I'm just speaking from a woman who is a reformed auditioner.
Reformed auditioner.
I love that.
Wow.
A reformed auditioner.
Wow. Look, I'm gonna plead ignorance.
I'm not doing nothing that's not reciprocated anymore.
Well,
at all.
When did you stop?
I stopped when I just kept losing the battle.
What was one thing that you felt like you did that was kind of a wifely duty, or a duty that you should have held out on that you didn't?
Basically, I just feel like I was being his mother. Like I was helping him, get educated on investments and how to set his life up for the long term. Then you come over, I got a meal cooked. I'm making a bath. I'm doing, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Did she say nail tech?
No, making a bath.
But did she say nail tech too?
No.
Did you say you had a nail tech waiting at the
house?
house?
A meal.
Oh, a meal.
But I have done a manicure every now and then. But I'm saying that to say I've put him in a position.
You like to date idiots, huh? Is that what's going on? I mean, where'd you find this guy?
She just giving some examples.
No, where'd you find it? I just want to know where you found this guy.
I'm not saying this was yesterday, Donna.
I know. I'm just saying.
When I was like 22.
Okay.
But my point is I'm saying a lot of women are guilty for auditioning to be this,
Kai.
I agree with that.
Role,
Kai.
put all of this
100% agree with that.
Kai.
Yeah.
Kai.
And then you wonder why you lose
Kai.
because nobody's communicating.
Kai.
Yes.
It was the sex, wasn't it? Just be honest. Just be honest.
Not.
Just be honest.
No, it was
Just
not.
Come on. Just be serious.
It was not. You know what it is, Don?
What?
A lot of times when women grow up, the one thing we dream about when we're younger, I mean, and this is just me and a few of my friends, we grow up to think, oh, what's your wedding going to be like? Oh, what kind of wife you going to be? Oh, me and my husband and me and my family. We grow up thinking about that, whereas men think about, okay, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
True story.
So
So
what
you
I'm
really
saying-
wanted? So you were just looking for a husband? You just wanted a husband?
Yeah. I was basically auditioning to be a wife.
Wow.
And I wasn't communicating this to this person. I just assumed they would know this.
That breaks my heart to hear that. It really breaks my heart.
Yeah,
to hear that.
you do assume. You assume that they understand what you're doing and what you're bringing to the table, and that thing that you're doing is going to have you think, wow, she's so great. I can't live without her. I've got to have her in my life because she's just a good woman.
It really breaks my heart to hear that you're doing, and you're probably doing all that out of love.
Yes.
That really hurts. I'm sorry. Give me a hug.
One last thing.
He's trying to hug on the microphone.
There you go.
Okay.
Give you a hug.
One last thing, Kai. You said one last thing.
One last thing. I'll just put a little cherry in the comments. Another thing that you guys tapped on was how men and women, like the roles that they play. And I think that a lot of times Tammy tapped on it. Men don't like women in their pockets, just like women don't like men, sexualizing them. It's the same thing. Women don't like being sexualized, and men don't like being used for their money.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, put that there.
All right. Well, put a burqa on. And I won't.
He said, "Put a burqa on."
Put a burqa on. A job. Okay.
More people.
Right.
Thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you, Kai. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Kai. I appreciate you so much.
I hate hearing stories like that she was looking for a husband and he just wasn't.
I mean, a
life.
lot of women feel that way. A lot of women don't want to waste their time and their years, and it's not new. We have a biological situation going on. We got to handle it.
All right, we got to go to break. When we wrap things up, we'll be back with more late night love.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I am Amiche, with me, my beautiful co-host, Dr. Tammi Mac. I want to thank everybody who zoomed into the show. As always, you can zoom into the show by hitting the QR code in the corner. Follow Miss Tammi Mac right there.
That's my wrong.
It's the Tammi Mac Show.
The Tammi Mac Show.
The Tammi Mac Show.
So follow me at the Tammi Mac Show.
A lot of stuff going on. You got Happy the podcast, which is on YouTube.
Follow me on Happy with Tammi Mac.
Happy with Tammi Mac.
First episode out now. Eamon Joseph of Snowfall and One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. That's going to be great. We had the big premiere at the Miracle Theater here in Los Angeles. That was great. A lot of people showed up to that. A very amazing thing. Big commencement speech you're going to be doing at Bennett College. college in
Mother's Day, May 11th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's big. That's your alma mater.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
how's
excited
it feel
about it.
going back doing that?
I'm proud. It makes me proud of myself that I've accomplished enough to be able to do a commencement speech for anybody, to be honest.
Well, listen,
for my elementary school.
I'm very proud of you and your career. I mean, as long as I've known you and all the things that you've done, from network TV sitcoms to movies
to Fox Soul,
to radio, to, I mean, it's like I keep telling you, when do you sleep? It's a lot.
Sleep is for the dead.
There's a relationship coach named. Oh no, we're not going to go there. We got 30 seconds. We're almost out of time. But thank you for coming out here.
This has been really good. This has been really fun, Don. So thank you so very much for inviting me on Late Night Love.
No, well, you got to come back, right? Will you come back?
If they invite me back, I'm back.
Well, listen, I don't know how you make it across town to come here, because you got the #1 radio show on Radio Free 102.3 KBLA.
I do.
So you race across town. I said, listen, unless there's some semi truck on the freeway, she's going to be here. But you do it. So thank you. Thank KBLA for loaning us.
And I appreciate Late Night Love for inviting me to talk about love, baby, love.
As always, we're here Monday through Friday between 7 and 9 Pacific Standard Time. Late Night Love at foxsoul.tv is the email address you can hit us with. Send us your videos. Keep them clean and short, and you can zoom into the show. Until next week, thank you for joining us on Premier.
Carrie Hilson comes clean about that Beyonce diss that some say stopped her career. And Christina Milian talks strip club nights with a certain female singer. Plus, the viral Usher auntie reveals all. Are y'all ready?
We're ready.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to Side Dish.
The world is yours. Sky's the limit.
Yup. You already know how it goes down. We here at Side Dish, we're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We are the whole meal. As you can see, Tanner is out today. And it's because Trump and his whole DEI thing.
Nobody said.
No one said. I'm just joking, man. He's out handling some big things. But joining us again tonight is Emmy winner and investigator, host of TSR Investigates from the Shade Room, Justin Carter.
Hey, thank you.
We also have